What do you do when you're feeling down? For Sigmund Freud, you'd have to look into the depths of your soul. His breakthrough therapy, psychoanalysis, flipped the world of psychology on its head. His methods are widely practiced, popular even among celebrities.
My grandfather was kind of utterly heartless, and he would go, "Those sons of..."
On his quest for healing, Freud upended an entire belief system.
He destroyed another of man's cherished illusions, the illusion that man is the master of his words and actions.
At the very center of Freud's work are so-called drives. It's all about sex and childhood.
It's not my mother. Wie meinst du? So it is his mother.
We begin at the end. It's the summer of 1939, and Dr. Sigmund Freud is living in London with his daughter, Anna. It would be his final summer. By his death on September 23rd, he's world famous, a man who sparked a revolution, a source of inspiration for filmmakers to this day.
Verbotene Gedanken, Erinnerungen, die wir nicht im Licht sehen wollen. Sie tanzen uns herum in der Dunkelheit.
So what were these Freudian insights? What did he see in the human mind that no scientist before him had? Famously, Freud compared the human psyche to an iceberg. The visible tip dwarfed by the vast body of ice hidden beneath the surface, metaphors for the conscious and the unconscious, the true driver of all we think and do. We visit Freud expert Monika Pessler in Vienna, Freud's adopted home.
Through his research into the human unconscious, Freud opened up a completely new self-perception for humanity. He established that people do not act out of free will. The ego is not master of its own house.
Freud proved that each one of us has another mind that functions in darkest secrecy and requires our blind obedience, the unconscious.
The unconscious. Freud's model of the human psyche marked a historical turning point that resonates to this day. Freud cooked up revolutionary ideas in Vienna's coffee houses over traditional Viennese melange and layer cake. To him, those distinct layers of sponge, cream, and jam served as a perfect symbol of the human psyche. The id, ego, and superego stacked together, constantly interacting. Superego, morality, rules, and society. Ego, the rational, conscious mind. Id, the unconscious engine of drives.
Cecily, you are not in a hospital. Where are you? It's a row! It's a row!
Freud's writings achieved global fame, and it all started right here. The physician and analyst lived and worked at Vienna's Berggasse 19 for nearly 50 years. The house was the launch pad for a revolution, masterminded by one man.
Where really an intellectual explosion took place.
Aaron Wölfling from the Freud Museum emphasizes the enduring cultural influence of Freud's work.
So the ideas that were thought of by Sigmund Freud in the study here in this apartment influenced thinking in the 20th century in a much broader sense.
Berggasse 19 in Vienna's 9th district is now a museum and a place of pilgrimage. Here, Freud's spirit remains very much alive.
Freud was one of the greatest thinkers of the 20th century. I study psychology and have read many of his books. Seeing where he actually wrote them is an incredible experience.
Yo soy uruguayo,
I am from Uruguay and work as a psychologist. The entire foundation of basic psychological training in Uruguay is Freudian. That's why visiting this place is a dream come true.
Well, it's quite helpful because it showed us a new way of analysing people and to finding out more about them in a way that nobody had ever done before.
I come from Hong Kong, China. Adore Freud's Sigmund, and I very adore his consciousness theory.
But the question remains, how do we uncover this hidden unconscious? And what are the roles of childhood and trauma? Famously, Freud called dreams the royal road to the unconscious. As a young neurologist, he experimented with hypnosis before evolving it into his theory of dream interpretation, a milestone in the search for the unconscious mind.
The founding document of psychoanalysis is the interpretation of dreams. Freud found that the function of a dream is to make what is happening in our unconscious mind visible to us.
I can't make out just what sort of a place it was.
In Hitchcock's classic thriller Spellbound, dreams play a central, revealing role.
It seemed to be a gambling house. But there weren't any walls, just a lot of curtains with eyes painted on them. A man was walking around with a large pair of scissors cutting all the drapes in half.
Freud was a physician seeking to heal. But what cures a troubled mind? At the end of the 19th century, he developed an entirely new method, one relying on talking and active listening by the analyst. He called it psychoanalysis.
It's a scientific method to investigate and map out the human psyche. At the same time, it serves as a method of healing, a form of therapy.
Psychoanalysis really is about understanding how has an individual become the way that they are. It's really something where you have to focus inward, take a moment, take a step back.
The analyst works under the assumption that the patient already knows everything, but doesn't know that they know it. But how to access it? In Freud's day, the Vienna Psychoanalytic Society met every Wednesday at Berggasse to refine the method. The only catch? Psychoanalysis takes a long time. Take Woody Allen, for example.
8 years I was on a couch, and 5 years I was allowed to sit up and face him and chat, and it helped me, I think. I don't know.
I don't think I wanted to get dressed. The kind of...
Psychoanalysis is traditionally done lying down. But why? The setup is highly specific. Patient on the couch, the analyst sitting at the head of the bed, out of view. With this simple setup, both the man and his couch became enduring icons.
It is the ultimate icon of psychoanalysis. It should be understood as a tool, because Freud discovered that speaking should happen in a completely relaxed position. This allows for free association and deep internal focus.
You have to really surrender yourself to what comes to mind, what troubles your mind. You really have to be able in psychoanalysis to engage into very deep, very uncomfortable topics.
But was Freud the ultimate expert on human nature? Not always. Today, his views on women face heavy criticism. He famously claimed women suffered from penis envy, leading to deep-seated feelings of inferiority and what he called hysterical neuroses.
Freud personally certainly subscribed to sexist and misogynist views and language on women, which was in a way typical for his time, but doesn't excuse it.
The criticism leveled at Freud regarding his perspective on femininity is entirely justified. Viewing women as inherently deficient because they lack a penis is, of course, completely outdated. At the same time, he was one of the few people who openly condemned the sexual abuse of women as a systemic social ill.
Now to Berggasse 35, home to one of Freud's most famous patients, known by the pseudonym Dora. Based on her, Freud developed his notorious study, A Case of Hysteria. We meet Dora's great-granddaughter, Katharina Adler. She wrote a novel about Dora, a woman who eventually fled Sigmund Freud's couch.
She did return to him one last time just to give him a piece of her mind. After that, she carved out her own distinct path within the social limitations of her time.
Despite the criticism, what is left of Freud today?
The fascination is as strong as ever. I believe that the way we think about human nature and the psyche today, it originates with Freud.
One thing is certain, Freud remains a historical springboard for psychologists today. Without his work, we would know far less about ourselves. We wouldn't be opening the door to the unconscious. The deep look into our childhood and internal psyche is truly here to stay. So Freud lives on in all of us.